Hey, my name is Nikki, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about Abraham Hicks's emotional scale. I know it can be a little intimidating. People might not understand it in its entirety. Conceptually, you may get it, but to actually learn how to move up the scale quickly is an important skill that you want to develop, because it can help you in a lot of situations, in conflicts. It can help you, when you're arguing with somebody, when you're confused about a situation, and knowing where you are on the scale and knowing what's the next thing for you to do is very important to kind of work through that. One of the questions, I tend to ask myself as I'm moving up the scale is, what's the next best thing, or what's the next best feeling, or what's the next better feeling. All the feelings on that scale are natural. It's natural to have fear. It's natural to have grief, depression, despair, powerlessness. It's natural to feel those things. It's natural to feel disappointment or frustration. It's natural to even feel revenge or hatred or jealousy. These are all natural feelings, but our society has taught us that those feelings are bad, but they're not. They're natural. It's a part of our internal navigational system. And our internal navigational system just lets us know where we are in relation to where our inner being is. So we can say inner being, God, source, universe, whatever you might call that higher power. But it lets us know how far away from, or how much differently we're looking at a situation versus how our inner being is looking at it. So our inner being is always in that joy, knowledge, empowerment, freedom, love, appreciation, top tier of the emotional scale. The furthest away from that are of those opposite feelings, that feeling of fear, grief, depression, despair, powerlessness. So when you're in those lower tiers and you're in those lower vibrations, that's just letting you know how far away from your inner being you are. But it also lets you know that your inner being is loving you more, and your inner being is focused on you even more. So the more negative feelings that you have, just know that the more positively your inner being is looking at you and trying to direct you back to feeling those higher vibrations or those higher emotions. That very basic lower level that a lot of people are stuck in, especially nowadays with COVID and everyone being separated from friends and family and so on and so forth. It's easy to get caught down in those lower vibrations. We have fear about what's going to happen next. A lot of people have lost people to this pandemic. They're experiencing grief. They're experiencing depression, despair, powerlessness. A lot of people are feeling powerlessness because they don't know what to expect for their future. Their financial situations are so jacked up, they have no idea, what's coming, what's going to happen next. So it's easy to get caught in those lower vibrations and just get stuck there. The next tier would be insecurity, guilt, unworthiness. The next tier would be jealousy. So as you're experiencing these lower vibrations, any amount of relief emotionally feels better. So if you're depressed, when you feel guilty about something or you feel insecure about something, you feel just a little bit better than being in that depressed mode. If you're thinking of a thought that's pulling you out of that depression, and you can only get to insecurity, that's fine. Move up the scale at your pace, but move up the scale. Thinking of thoughts that make you feel better is the goal. So you might be, down in those lower vibrations. So, the next feeling could be a feeling of jealousy or a feeling of hatred or rage. As you feel those emotions, you could feel the momentum building up a little more. Rage is definitely a better feeling than depression, because now you've got some energy now. You got a little momentum behind it. It might not be the best feeling in the world, but it definitely feels better than depression. Then you move up a little bit more. So you've got revenge. Revenge definitely feels better than hatred, because you're looking at it a little better, looking at it a little differently. Then you've got anger. Anger definitely feels better than depression. In that depressed state, you feel powerless. But when you're angry about something, you feel like you can do something about it. It might not be the best thing to do, but you definitely feel better than powerlessness. As you're moving up, you might feel discouragement, blame, worry. So now you're feeling, a little better about the situation. It's lifting just a little bit, and you're getting that momentum behind it. And you keep working your way up to better feelings or better thoughts. You get to a point where now you're just frustrated about it. You're whatever happened, you're no longer angry about it, but you're just frustrated. You're not sure exactly what to do. You're irritated about it. So, your wheels are turning. So what's next? What can I do about this? How can I fix this? Then you get to pessimism. Pessimism, you're looking at it like, maybe I can do something about it. Maybe I can't. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Boredom. Okay, now I'm getting tired of this situation. Then you move into contentment. So it is what it is. What can I do about it? Next better feeling is hopefulness. Well, maybe I can. So now you're giving yourself options. And to be honest, you've moved from depression all the way up to hopefulness, which is right at the very top, well, the bottom of that top tier. The top tier is hopefulness, optimism, positive expectations, belief, enthusiasm, eagerness, happiness, passion. So you've worked your way from depression all the way up to hopefulness. And it's just a natural progression. You think a better thought. You think something that's a little more positive than the next thought. Okay, so here I am, no money, no job, I got a bill to pay, and it's due in a couple of weeks. So you're depressed about that. So what am I going to do about it? You're feeling that hopelessness. Okay, so as you're moving up, you might look at somebody else. Well, heck, so and so over there, they got, they able to rub a couple of nickels together. What they doing so that they can rub a couple of nickels together. So you're in that jealousy stage. The next tier, okay, so I'm mad because I lost my job. I'm mad because COVID is debilitating me at this point. So what can I do about it? So now you're moving into frustration, okay, impatience and irritation. Once you start moving up that scale, you're coming up with more positive feelings about the situation. Then you start coming up with options and possibilities about it. Okay, so I might not be able to go out and go get a job, but heck, I got a camera, I got a phone. Maybe I can come up with a job, some kind of job. Oh, you're on your phone, you're looking. Oh, maybe I can, do some deliveries. Well, now you're looking at a more positive way to look at the situation. Just a few minutes ago, we were depressed about it. So you're moving up that scale naturally, but you're moving up that scale thought-wise so that you can come up with solutions. So now you're looking at more positive options of what you can do about your situation because you don't have any money because of COVID. But as you're moving up that emotional scale and you're gaining more power, you're gaining more momentum, you're empowering yourself to do something about your situation. So you figured out, okay, I can do some deliveries, I can do some odd jobs, I can answer some surveys online, anything. But I'm bringing in some money to help alleviate my situation. So now you're in a place where you can start appreciating the fact that even though I'm in this situation, I have options. And my inner being is consistently helping me understand that there's a better way, that there's more options out there, there's things that you can do. And that is just empowerment. You're empowering yourself. Your inner being is empowering you to do something. And once you get to a place where you can move up the emotional scale like that and start thinking along those lines, instead of getting stuck in that depression, getting stuck in that powerlessness, and you start understanding it's about the way I think more so than the situation. So if I can think about the situation in a more positive way, I can have a better outcome. I can do something about it. I can empower myself. I can appreciate myself. I can love myself out of those lower vibrations. So that's basically a decent spin on how you can move up that emotional scale. Once again, Nikki. Make sure you check me out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I'm going to be bringing more videos talking about how to deal with emotions, how to incorporate meditation into your daily life. There's nothing more calming than being able to meditate and calming your mind and being able to work through situations a little better than you had before. So stay tuned.